Hi folks, today I have for us a video from LIA featuring Leroy Truth Investigation, where these two morons decide to go to a Union City City Council meeting only to stir up trouble and make baseless accusations. But before we start today's video, as always, a big thank you to all of my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep this channel going, so thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new to this channel, please subscribe to the page. Leave a like and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel, NCR Movie Network, and the podcast, the Craptown Florida Man Power Ranking Podcast. New episodes are coming out soon. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
Of his corruption, tyranny, and hypocrisy. As soon as we enter the meeting, we get this fancy rules of decorum. Just more ways for them to control we the people. The rules of decorum only apply to we the people. They do not apply to the public servants. That is the problem. This is not about keeping decorum. This is about limiting people's free speech.
You sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
Mayor Stack, it's good to see you again. How could I possibly forget the infamous mayor of Union City, New Jersey, who protects and employs a man who has been accused by 3 women of sexual assault? You're also the mayor who has placed criminal charges against a journalist for cyberbullying, all for peacefully exercising his First Amendment right. Now, you may not like the First Amendment, Mayor Stack, but you did take an oath to uphold the rights of the people. And that's one of the many reasons I've decided it's vital that I make the trip here to Union City. Excuse me, Mayor Stack, can you have a seat? I'm talking to you.
It's disrespectful, dude. Look at that. He has
And Sean, why do you think you could boss him around? You're not one of his constituents. You're not a resident of Union City. You're only there because your little pal and, well, fake journalist Leroy Truth Investigations asked you to show up to make a big stink because he knows he can get a free billboard truck out of the deal. Because he's doing nothing but maybe handling city business. He's trying to handle something that might need to be taken care of. And yet you want to cause a scene and throw a hissy fit over it. So much for being a journalist.
Excuse me, Mayor Stack, I'm talking to you. Wow. You're a corrupt tyrant. You swore an oath to uphold the people's First Amendment rights. And obviously, you couldn't care less. I decided to use my platform to support Leroy Truth and his extensive investigation into your hypocrisy, tyranny, and corruption. As the mayor, you say you support law and order. So please, help me understand, Mayor Stack. You support law and order. You threatened to have people removed from the meeting multiple times during this meeting. You have your captain here to the right of me, who is conducting a criminal investigation into activists who are exercising a First Amendment right. So tell me, you were an eyewitness to several crimes that were committed by your friend and Board of Education Secretary Justin Mercado. You were there. Not only did you see it personally, Mayor Stack, hundreds of thousands of people across the country saw the security camera footage of the incident. Your friend and Board of Education Secretary Justin Mercado committed the crimes of felony robbery, criminal mischief, simple assault, harassment. You're familiar with harassment, right, Mayor? You filed that charge against people you don't like, who don't agree with you, who don't support you. You know, you haven't filed it against me. I wonder why, because you know you can't beat me.
You serious?
You might be laughing now, and when everybody's talking, you know, at the end of the day, I'll put a billboard truck in front of your house. I'll call hundreds of people to peacefully protest in front of your house. You know, I don't live in Union City. You can't hurt me. All of the evidence against your friend Justin Mercado, yet no charges have been brought. Maybe it's because you're good friends with the county prosecutor, Esther Suarez. Maybe, right? All I know for sure is that there was video, if there was video of me or anyone who's not your political ally committing those serious crimes, we would be thrown in a cell and charged.
Well, Sean, I wouldn't be throwing around stuff like that because there is surveillance footage of you actually committing second-degree armed robbery. Do you remember that? What sent you to prison? Oh, that's right. You want people not to remember that. What about the surveillance footage from the body cams of you interfering on traffic stops, where you were forced to apologize to the Hartford police officers that you so slandered? That you go through great lengths to make sure people can't play the video.
Rules and laws for thee and not for me seems to be your motto, Mayor Stack. Hypocrisy at its finest. Speaking of hypocrisy, I have heard that a Union City Police Sergeant, Ruben Rodriguez, was recently arrested and charged with lying on a police report. Apparently, he lied about a man assaulting him, and that man spent the next 2 weeks incarcerated. Why is Sergeant Rodriguez only being charged with lying and not official misconduct? Is that because of your relationship with Esther Suarez? Why hasn't Sergeant Rodriguez been fired, Mayor Stack? He took a man's freedom away from him. His lie cost that man his freedom for 2 weeks. Imagine you, Mayor Stack, sitting in a jail cell for 2 weeks for something you didn't do. It's probably going to happen in the near future, from what I hear. But it's going to be for something that you did, not because a police officer lied about you. The Union City, you, Captain, should be speaking out against law enforcement and making sure that these the appropriate charges are being filed. There's no need to answer, Mayor Stack. You're going to be, I see the pattern now. You're not going to answer. You like to employ rapists and liars in the Union City. What's that saying? Birds of a feather flock together, right, Mayor Stack?
Shenanigans.
Na.
Shenanigans.
Na.
And we're calling shenanigans, folks, because Sean has no proof of any of these accusations being true. There have been no criminal charges filed, no civil suits filed. Sean wants to throw around the accusations that he's gotten from Leroy Truth Investigations. Well, if these victims are real, Leroy, if these people have come forward with this information, why have none of them gone to the police? Now, I'm not trying to shame anybody who's a victim of these kinds of crimes, but I'm saying you cannot throw around things that will possibly damage or destroy somebody's life without any hard proof. But if Sean wants to throw around the phrase birds of a feather flocking together, then his past affects everyone he's ever worked with, including Leroy and Dan from auditing Erie County. Their past affect him as well. So, Sean, are you saying that Leroy has committed second-degree armed robbery as well? And both you and him were part of the January 6th insurrection?
This isn't the last time we speak, Mayor Stack. I'll be seeing you soon, whether, like I said, peaceful protest next to your residence with the billboard truck or back here at another meeting, because I will continue to exercise my First Amendment rights peacefully. And I want you to know that we, the people, will never forget about you. Tyranny and corruption have no place in our country. See you soon.
Mayor Brian Stack. Mayor Brian Stack and the board, I ask you respectfully to put down your pens. Wendy, stop looking at Mayor Brian Stack's OnlyFans page. Once again, put your phone down and respectfully listen to the public, of which I am that. Now, Mayor Stack, I'm here because of you. Let's just go over a little bit of a timeline. December 1st, 2023, Leroy Truth visits Union City, New Jersey for the first time. I didn't know you from Adam. I didn't know you were going to be the most corrupt mayor in the entire history of the country.
And do you have any proof of this corruption? I mean, we've seen mayors like Tiffany Hintich, the super mayor out of Dalton, who is definitely one of the most corrupt mayors of all time. She has embezzled millions of dollars, leaving a town bankrupt. But yet you have no proof other than your own hearsay, your own alleged accusations from your own mouth.
I went there, peacefully recording my interactions with employees of Union City, finding out about the beautiful, amazing Union City, which I love. I've really grown to love. It's a second home for me. I'm considering moving here, in fact.
Hey, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I know you love that. Any place next door to you I can move? Let me know.
I don't think he could afford it.
What's that?
He's got a nice house. I don't think he
Oh, he's got $1 million house. So I come here December 1st. Immediately upon getting there, one of your workers, I think a woman named Darlene, she calls the police on a peaceful man with a cell phone camera. one Detective George Haber comes up to the lobby of the mayor's office, your lobby, where I'm simply asking questions peacefully. Detective Haber sees what I'm doing, immediately acknowledges my First Amendment protected right to do it, and informs everyone else and educates them, stop calling me, let everyone know he has a right to be here. I celebrated him. That's what a police officer is supposed to do, protect our rights. I was proud of Detective George Haber. I was done with Union City. I was moved on. Except I got a phone call and another phone call and another phone call saying you retaliated against Detective George Haber for protecting my rights. You kicked him out of the record room, who was working with this witch over here, Sergeant Michelle Jerome Ficini, and you put him back on patrol and garbage outs. They said,
But Leroy, the mayor does not have the kind of power you think he has to change a detective's position in the police department. He doesn't have the ability to say what hours he works or what positions he's going to work or what departments he's going to work in the department. Now, that comes down to the police chief. If the police chief wants him to go out of the records and work patrol, then that's what he's going to do. If he has an issue, he can go to the policemen's union and they could file a grievance on his behalf or file a lawsuit violating the union contracts.
please investigate Mayor Stack. He's corrupt. I said, no, he doesn't look corrupt. He looks kind of like an overweight Mr. Rogers. But they kept asking me again and again and again, please investigate. So I did. And then I spoke at the first meeting, almost 1 year ago to the day, mayor and senator and head of Judiciary Committee staff. What happened on January 23rd, 2024, Mayor Stack? You allegedly directed the Secretary of the Board of Education, Justin Mercado, to assault and rob me and steal my phone in broad daylight, caught on 3 security cameras, attempt to punch me twice, ran up to you, waved the prize that you told him to get in your face. The person who robbed.
And here we go with some of that good old-fashioned Leroy Truth investigation of alleged. That's right. He has everything hearsay or alleged. Somebody told somebody to tell him, or allegedly he heard from so-and-so, or he allegedly heard from these people. But you have no proof that he told them to steal your phone. How do we know that you weren't being, the aggressor and provoking the guy into taking your phone and stomping on it? There's no audio to the video footage that you and LIA have been showing us. All we see is what we see. And without the context of audio of knowing what you may have said to him, you could have provoked him enough to grab your phone and smash it.
Someone who wasn't told by someone doesn't rob a man, run over to the mayor and the senator, head of Judiciary Committee, and wave the stolen goods in the face. By the way, you're the Commissioner of Public Safety. How ironic is that? And after he waved it in your face, he attempted to punch me twice and then attempted to destroy my phone while you watched with a blithering, idiotic, catatonic look on your face. Then you allowed him to be taken out of the building before the police can arrest him for the crime against me. But that wasn't all, folks.
I mean, you could have still talked to the police. You could have filed a report. They could have processed the report and gone and questioned him or got a warrant for his arrest. But you didn't do that. Nothing stopped you from going to the police station and filing a report, Leroy. Only you stopped yourself from doing that. So how can that be corruption?
Then you allegedly colluded with the New Jersey Attorney General, Matthew Platkin. You had the OPIA, Office of Public Integrity and Accountability, whose sole goal is to investigate corrupt public officials. They contacted me and said, strangely, they wanted me to come to a New York State police barracks to be interviewed as a victim of the crime. I went because I wanted them to arrest Justin Mercado for his crimes. When I got to the state police barracks, what did they do? The OPIA dirty, filthy people, Detective Paul Morris and Teresa Chapman, they made the New York State troopers frisked me. They made them take my phones away, which
Allegedly.
had the evidence of the Justin Mercado attack on it, showing irrefutably it happened. Then they wouldn't let me bring my evidence in. Then they ended the interview after 2 hours, closed the case in 3 days without reviewing the freaking video. You talk about dirty? You talk about a smoking gun? Mayor Stagg, you're going down. You will be indicted very soon. Question I have, though. Have you thought what color prison outfit would best bring out your eyes for the other prisoners? And what prison would you like to go to? I am Leroy Truth. I represent the people. We all Leroy Truth. We will not be silenced, and your laughing will stop very quickly.
And we're ending the video here. Clearly, Leroy knows nothing about the Department of Corrections for the state of New Jersey, because he would know that every state has their own mandated uniforms for the jails and prisons. And the comments he's making sounds like he's trying to imply that he's going to have something happen to the mayor if he is arrested by one of the inmates. You are not Leroy Truth. You are Leroy Allegedly Truth. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel and the podcast. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys next. And a special thank you to all members of the news team. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep this channel going. So I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me, and I can't ever thank you enough.